Hello, hello, this is Gemini, your friendly neighborhood spy. Back today with another summoning session. This time we're gonna do a quick summon on this one, the special heroes from year 8. And then after that we're gonna try to get some more copies of Valentine's Ephraim. So let's see what happens. Oh, and Spring Sylvain. He's not featured here, but I want him just as badly. Okay. Alright, so for this one, blue is what I want because both Sylvain and Ephraim are there, and they're the two that I want the most. If I don't get blue, though, because we have to plan for that contingency, then I have to decide what else is appealing to me. You know, I think... I think red has some good stuff. If we don't get blue, we might go for red. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, thankfully we got blue, though, so don't have to worry about it. Come on, Sylvain or Ephraim, please. One of the two of you. Okay. Alright, let's see. So let me just make note of that. We got... Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Here we go. Ninja Saline. I'm gonna put a star next to it because it's, you know, a guaranteed summon. Okay. I'm not actually sure what she comes with. I did not summon on this banner when it came out. Let's take a look. She's definitely one of the most new ones, so yeah, that looks like it's pretty good stuff. Cool. All right. Now for the main event. The one thing that gives me pause on summoning on this is the fact that they're sharing with Mirabilis, which I'm like, come on, you've got 3 5-star exclusive characters sharing with a 4-star exclusive. That sucks. But I was going to summon for them on the return banners that are coming up anyway, so I decided I might as well just do this now. And I'm going to have to deal with Mirabilis on the Sylvain banner anyway. I would love it if Reed wasn't there too, but, you know, it's not really any different than summoning against an off-focus, which would happen on the return banners. I wouldn't mind so much if he had, like, decent fodder, but, like, man, male units get no justice. Like, there's just not really anything that great here. I mean, I'm sure he's good as a unit, but, like, he doesn't really have much to offer if you don't use him. Anyway, that aside, let's start summoning. So, blue is the main focus. I think red is going to be my off color if I don't get blue. But hopefully we get lucky and bring home lots of Valentine's Ephraims and Spring Sylvains. I don't foresee myself plus 10ing either of them today, but it would be amazing if I could just get a few copies of either one of them. But I'm going to assume that I will just get 30 Mirabilises along the way. But the rates are so high that hopefully I just get something good. Or some stuff that's good. So yeah, on the whole, it seems like the anniversary events this year are relatively decent. I've seen a lot of talk about how powerful the new 3 Houses Lords are for the Valentine's banner, which comes out tomorrow. I am pulling on Thursday right now. I haven't actually looked at any of their stuff. I pretty much stopped looking at anything involving character stats and skills much anymore, other than just kind of getting a sense for what they do. But, I mean, I believe people when they say they're going to be, like, totally new meta, because that's kind of what they do with the 3 Houses Lords. Either way, I'm just not that interested in summoning. Like, I like them all, they're fine as characters. But, I've said many times before on the channel, okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll take it. Not the 5-star I wanted to see, but it is what it is. He is new for me. Okay. Anyway. As I've said many times on the channel, I'm just mostly interested in summoning for new stuff for characters. I don't really find it that exciting when it's a character who already has a bunch of stuff. Oh gosh. This does not necessarily bode well. That could have been 2 Ephraims, or 2 Sylvains. Or an Ephraim and a Sylvain. But we'll keep going. I always say your luck can always change. But like, for example, like Nino's one of my favorite characters in FE7, but I'm just not that interested in summoning for new versions of her because she has so many already. Though I do like her attuned version, but that's like the only version I really have that's like pretty invested. Okay. But that's partially because it's attuned, so she's very useful and has been giving lots of awesome skills to many of my favorites. Alright, so hopefully getting those 2 Frids early on is a good indication that we're at least going to get a lot of 5 stars, and hopefully that means that we'll get a chance to get some other 5 stars. I think I've pulled a Kyle before now. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I have. Okay. But outside of anniversary stuff, there's obviously the big CYL reveal. And those results. Oh, 2 Kyles in a row. I assume some people here saw that I made a like big Rally Matthew video and tried to really push for him for this year, and I want to really thank everybody that did support and help with the voting. It really means a lot to me. I would have loved to have seen him get into the top 100. Unfortunately, we were a little shy of that. I think he was 116. So we came close to top 100, and either way, it was like a huge shift from where he's been in years past. He got like I think about 200 votes more than he got last year, which is pretty good. So really hoping that IS will see that and decide to finally give him the ult that he is long overdue for. I keep hoping that with how popular Yunaka is, that they'll like bring back that thief-themed banner over the summer. Okay, we got our first Mirabilis of the day. But at least it's a 4-star. I say that now, probably gonna get a whole bunch of 5 stars over. Yeah, I would love to see them bring back that thief theme banner with Yunaka on it, and then also give Matthew his chance on it, because he should have been on it the first time. But, like, I love the aesthetics of, like, quote-unquote Phantom Thieves. So I really, really, really want Matthew like that. Like, I love the style of that banner, even though it, like, made me so sad because Matthew wasn't on it. But, like, that, if he had been on that banner, it would have been my favorite banner ever, like, hands down. So that would be amazing. They brought back the Summer Festival this past summer, so maybe they'll bring back the Thief theme. Outside of Matthew's placing, as far as, like, how I feel about the CYL winners, it's not what I would have picked. I've mentioned before as well, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the OCs, it's just not for me. But I'm also usually not that excited about CYL results anyway. A lot of my favorites just aren't popular enough for CYL. Like, Ephraim won the 1 year, which was great, and then Sylvain is my other favorite that is, you know, within a stone's throw of it, so if some of Byleth's support trickles down to Sylvain, maybe he has a chance next year. And that would be exciting. I still won't vote for him because I don't like to vote for characters that already have ults. And also, if Matthew doesn't have an ult by then I'll just be continuing to give him all of my support. Okay. Hopefully the 5 stars start to pick up soon, and specifically, Sylvain and Ephraim. Could have one of each right here. That would be great. Because these are both going to be, like, long-term +10 projects, so it would be really nice to, like, make some progress on both of them today. Because I kind of chip away at all of these seasonals that are, like, various favorites of mine every year. But it's a very slow-going process, so it'd be really nice to, like, make some progress today. Hopefully. Hopefully, hopefully. But I don't have Spark, so there's no guarantee. I'm just hoping for the best. Okay, at least we're getting blue stones. You know, that's always a good feeling. It's always rough when you're not getting the color that you want. Oh, Uranus. Okay. I've summoned a couple of her before. I've thought about building her because she is Lewin's wife, and Lewin is my favorite genealogy character. That's obviously something I'm sure a lot of us have been thinking about recently, is the possibility of an FE4 remake on Switch 2. I will definitely be watching that direct in April with my clown makeup on, hoping that we get that announcement. I would really love to see if we get an FE4 remake. I'd love to see Lewin get a legendary in Fae. That would be really nice. I've also wondered if we might see an Engage warrior style game. That would be kind of cool too. And then it'd be really cool if we got a genealogy one later. I kind of just want them to keep making Warriors games so they eventually make an Elite one, and then I can play Matthew in a Warriors game, which would be the best thing ever. Okay. No blues this time. Okay. But the penny rate's getting higher and higher. It'd be really nice to get like a bunch of blues and hopefully get something really good. Or several things that are really good. Okay, we have smoke. Okay. Yeah, I'd love to hear what other people are thinking about from CYL this year. So if you have any strong opinions on where different characters placed, I'd love to hear about it down below. And also, what was your favorite CYL? For me, it's pretty easily CYL 2 because Ephraim is one of my favorite characters. I also wrote up quite a bit for my feedback survey that they put out. I'm glad they put another one out because I feel like there's a lot of feelings about the game right now. And I'm sure a lot of people will mention power creep. I mentioned that in my survey response as well. But one of the other things that I talked about that I feel like I haven't heard from a lot of people, so if you agree with this, then maybe fill out the survey and include this yourself. One of the things I said was, like, it's not even just that the power creep is so out of control, it's that it feels like the tools that are supposed to help us play the game aren't even effective anymore. Like the Windows, the preview screen, the combat preview screen that shows you, like, you know, how a fight will go. It just means nothing. It's basically a meme at this point, how meaningless it is. It's just like, you look at it and it tells you that your character's going to do this much damage, but it's not actually going to do anything. And it's nonsense. So, like, I'd love to see that drastically overhauled so that it actually, like, calculates things like damage reduction and piercing and just gives you more information, which you really need at this point to play the game. Like, oh no. Oh! That was the worst way my pity could have been broken. Darn it. Oh, as soon as I saw that big silhouette, I was like, no! Alright, we're gonna pull the others just in case we get something else that's maybe a little better for breaking the pity. My pity rate's relatively high at this point. Nope. Oh, another demote. One I didn't have, though, so that's okay. I didn't play the DLC for Engage, so I don't really have any knowledge of Nell. Okay. Alright, well. That could have been better, but c'est la vie. Life goes on. maybe I'll get one of my targets right here. But, along with saying that the preview combat screen doesn't really help much, I also said that the danger area tool that's supposed to show you how far characters can move is also, I don't see that one talked about as much, but that's also basically a joke at this point, you know, like, you turn that on and it doesn't tell you anything about, like, how the character's movement is going to change or if they're going to warp or anything like that. Like, it's basically useless. Like, I turn it on pretty much knowing that it's not actually going to tell me accurate information. I'm just assuming that enemy units will move at least 1 or 2 spaces farther than it actually forecasts. So, I would love to see a drastic overhaul of those kind of tools to make them useful again, and that would definitely be a help. There's also just the problem of, like, characters that are, like, so tanky that it's, like, super difficult to kill them, or just not really fun to play against. Like, I'm sure there are ways to kill Nidhugger, or however you pronounce her name. I'm sure it can be done. But it's just, like, even when I have a good setup, if I don't have a team that's, like, specifically optimized to counter her, even when she's the only enemy left on the field, like, I can't kill her. In her Mythic Hero battle, I actually had her down to, like, 4 HP, and all my heroes were still up, and she was the only one left on the map, and I could not do enough damage to kill her. It's no bueno. So I mentioned that as well, that those kind of, like, ultra tanky units are just not very fun to play against. I didn't mention this in my feedback survey, but I'd also really like to see the game give us more legendary heroes, like, more often, instead of what it's kind of become, which is sort of roughly once every 3 months we get a legendary. We're at the point where we have so many of the lords in the series, and I'd really like to see what kind of other characters could end up being legendaries. Like, some people get, like, kind of, I don't know, cranky about, like, non-lords being legendaries, but I'm like, we've got all the lords as legendaries, so, like, let's see some other characters in this role now. Now, our luck is not doing so great so far. Hopefully it turns around. Which, as I said, it always can. Could have 2 Ephraims right here. He could twin it up for us, right now. Nope. Come on, Ephraim and Sylvain. I really want to make some progress with you guys this year. I'm probably going to skip on their banners. And just use this as my summoning for both of them, since they're together. Man, this could be going so much better if Mirabilis and Creed weren't on it, though. Oh, well. I was saying something before. What was I talking about? I know I've been talking about the feedback survey. But I also left feedback about how I'd be a lot more... Oh, was it... Oh yeah, I was saying how it'd be really cool to see more legendary characters. Like, I think it's really cool that Iroh's a legendary. Even though I didn't summon on her, that's mostly just because I'm always hesitant to summon on end-of-the-month banners without the spark. But I'd like to see more like that, because it's cool seeing seeing characters that we don't see as often that are not the lords in, like, this really cool role. Especially the ones that we don't necessarily know to expect. Like, we all know Diamants, Tamara, Ivy, and Alfred were gonna be legendaries at some point, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But, like, I want to see... Oh, yes! Yay! Okay. Now we're in business. Nice. Welcome home, Sylvain. You are always welcome in this barracks. Okay. I think that might put him at +6 for me. I'd have to check. I definitely need more copies. It's not like I'm, like, just about ready to +10 him. I have more of him than I do of Valentine's Ephraim. Oh, okay. Oh, just imagine if all of those had been Sylvain or Ephraim. Still, hopefully it's a sign that my luck is picking up and that we're gonna get more 5 stars than what we've been getting, because it's been pretty unlucky so far. So, like, I'd love to see who's gonna be the next legendary hero from Tellius, because I don't know exactly. We've gotten Ike and Micaiah, who are the most obvious ones, and we also got Alencia, who is pretty obvious, but, like, who's gonna be next? Is it gonna be Soren, or Mist, or Titania, or Ranulf? Like, there's a lot of other choices we could get. I have a feeling it's gonna be Mia, but I'd love to see it be a character that's a little bit more story relevant. Nothing against Mia, but she's pretty well taken care of at this point. Or who's going to be the next one from Blazing Blade? Probably Nino? I'm going to guess Nino. It could be Nils. It could even be Matthew. He does have a lot more story relevance than a lot of other characters in the game, so it would be amazing to get Legendary Matthew. So I definitely want to see more legendaries more often. Mirabelle's is fine as long as she's not a 5-star. Oh, okay. I don't think I got them. I definitely didn't summon for them, so... Alright. Definitely not a bad pickup. Okay, cool. Good fodder. Like I said, that's part of the disappointment with Reed being on here, just because, like, if I don't build him, he doesn't really have much use. Which is unfortunate. If they were sharing with someone like Sharena or something. I have a few copies of her already, but more would not be unwelcome. Alright, the Mirabilis count keeps going up. I think I'd have her close to +10 right now if I did want to build her. But one of the other things I commented on was how I would be a lot more willing to, like, recommend the game to people if they added more of a true co-op mode. And I know that's another one that I'm sure a lot of people are pushing for, and if you're thinking about mentioning that in the survey, then please do. Because I really think that would be so good for the game. Because there's a lot of people that just don't care about the competitive side of the game. I'm one of them. I do not care about the competitive part of Fire Emblem Heroes. I never have. I'm just not a very competitive person in general. That's why I mostly play single-player games. But I love co-op games, and I actually have a lot of friends who used to play Fire Emblem Heroes. And I have a couple who still do. And it'd be really cool if we could play the game together. So if I could, like, recommend the game, if I could, like, say to another person, hey, we can actually play this game together, I'd be a lot more likely to tell other people that they should try it. Like, I know they like to do PvP because it lets them sell power creep really effectively. I get that from a money-making perspective, but from a keeping a lot of players around and happy perspective, I think they'd benefit a lot from having a co-op mode. Because stuff that pushes banners isn't the only thing that matters for making the game be successful. I know that's a very short-term way of thinking. You want stuff that's going to promote goodwill among the player base too, so that they stick around. Like, I'm in this game for the long haul because I'm just such a big Fire Emblem fan. There's really nothing... I don't know if there's anything they could do that would get me to leave. But I am 100% free to play ever since they gave Layla an alt without Matthew. So it's been about 2.5 years now. And all they have to do to change that is to give Matthew an alt. So we'll see if that ever happens. Really hope so. And that was another comment I made, is that there's a lot of characters that are underrepresented, not just Matthew. A lot from a lot of different games. And it'd be really nice to see them get some stuff, and it would make a lot of players happy. It might even bring back some people that, you know, were disappointed to never see their favorite get anything. I mentioned Matthew, Sierra, Raven, Ronulf, Sumiya, Kaze. Like, there's a lot. Lonku. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Of course, I've gotten 2 5-star Mirabilis, 3 Hreeds, and only 1 Sylvain and no Ephraims. This could be going a lot better. But we'll keep trying. Things could turn around. Like I said, I don't mind the Mirabilis unless she's a 5-star. Come on, Ephraim. Come on. Ugh, so many Mordecais. He pity broke me as a demote back when Duo Ephraim came out, and I was not happy about it. I've probably mentioned before while summoning that back in the days when you could get pity broken by demotes, it happened to me all the time. I had such bad luck with it. Now it only happens with, like, the new hero release on the banner if it's a demote, or in a situation like this. But when it could happen, like, on any banner, it happened to me constantly. I just went into banners assuming that I was going to get pity broken by demotes. Like, even back when Altena was the only demote in the entire summoning pool that you could get pity broken by, I got pity broken by her. It's funny how different people have different kinds of good and bad luck in this game, like how Phoenix Master has his terrible IVs luck. I have generally pretty good luck with IVs. I usually get good stuff. Boy, I am just rambling. We are spending so many orbs right now. I mean, I have them. You know, it's not like I don't have them to spare, but... it'd be really nice to come away and feel like I got something out of this huge investment. Come on, game, be nice. I know I had a lot of really good luck on a bunch of banners that I didn't record, but it was mostly just summoning for fodder. I wasn't really pulling for a hero I love. Like, there was one of those, like, return banners that had both a tuned Nino and rearmed Lucina on it, and I pulled so many copies of both of them, and it was amazing. I don't even know what pity rate we're at this point. Oh, not too high. But we're building it. Oop, my music ended. I was kind of hoping the music ending there would be like a dramatic moment in which I summon one of my targets. But alas, the music does not seem to be the problem. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things that are going on right now to talk about. I feel like CYL and the anniversary are obviously the big things. For sure. It just occurred to me that my barracks is probably getting close to full. I do empty it out periodically, of course, and it wasn't too long ago that I emptied it, but we're doing a lot of summoning right now. Obviously, okay, A Hero Rises is also going on. I've done a couple votes for Emblem Lyn and also Attuned to Mira. I know some people don't like voting for Attuned and Rearmed heroes because they're technically in the regular summoning pool, or at least they were on Sparkable banners. But to me, I like to vote for them just because they're so useful. And like, they're not in the regular summoning pool, only when they initially arrive. And yeah, they come back a lot, but they're so useful. Like, even if you don't want to use them as a unit, it doesn't matter because they have really good fodder. So like, even if you already have them at plus 10, they're still valuable. So that's why I really like summoning for those kind of characters. I'd really like to see either an Attuned, Rearmed, or an Emblem hero when A Hero Rises this year, because those are just like, those are hero types that are just so useful to pretty much everybody, even if you're not going to use them as an actual unit. Like, I would love to see Lyn win. I do like Lyn, but I just love to give a ring to somebody. And if you got someone like Tamira, she comes with incredible fodder, even if I don't end up using her. These demotes, or these 3 stars. Come on, game, help me out. Lots of armor units. Oh, okay. You have 9.5. Come on, Ephraim and Sylvain, please. No. I know people like calculate the rates on banners and stuff. I'm sure the rates are not that great with it being divided among so many heroes. But, you know, seeing my 2 targets for these upcoming banners together, I was like, I gotta try. Just imagine if those reads had been Ephraim or Sylvain. I would say it's going quite well then, if that was the case. Okay, let's just step away from this one for a second. I haven't actually used any of these yet. So let's do a couple of these and just see if that does anything to reset our luck a little bit. We're gonna go for green. So I'm always looking for, there's a handful of green units that I've been looking for many years now. Oh, I don't think I had Waltz, so that's cool. Oh, apparently I did have him. Probably one of those units I picked up on a free summon and just, you know, forgot about. Or probably one of these things where we get like a whole bunch of old seasonals. Oh, that's Rhea. I think, right? Cool. Alright, let's do one more. And then we'll try going back and seeing if that helps to reset our luck at all. Not that I really believe in anything like that, but, you know, it just feels good to take a little break from that session that wasn't going very well. Okay, and back we go. Okay, well that's not a great sign upon returning. But you never know. Okay. I'm pretty sure I had pulled a Dorothea before now. Yeah, she's not brand new for me. I think we'll go for colorless. Okay. Fingers crossed. Oh. At least it's not a 5-star. I knew there was this risk. Like, I knew going into it, we're just gonna get a whole bunch of Mirabilises. Really hoped a few Ephraims and Sylvains would sneak past, though. Especially since ultimately the 5-star rate is pretty high. Okay, not done yet. Let's keep going. Ooh, I forgot to put Golvig on my summoning list. And I don't actually know how to spell her name, so I'm gonna put Snake Lady. I just know I'm gonna spell it wrong if I try to, so I'm just gonna do that instead. Okay. Alright, we can take special summons. 4-star specials, that's fine. They don't affect your Pretty Bright, so as far as I'm concerned, that's not a problem. And the game is just showing me no mercy today. I keep hoping for like a really lucky circle with like, you know, several targets. Oh no! Oh no! That does not feel good. Darn it. I'm getting very dramatic on recording, but like I just wanted a couple of the ones that I wanted. The desire sensor is so strong right now. La Rochelle, how about you bring home Ephraim? The desire sensor knows what I want, and it's just so determined to say no. We'll go a little bit longer. I'm not gonna let the pity rate build up that high again. But I just keep hoping the game will, like, suddenly turn around and surprise me with a really nice circle. I know I could keep going. I know, I have so many orbs, but, like, they're not for this banner. They're for a Matthew Walt someday. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Okay. Alright, back to it. Oh, come on. Now I'm not even getting blue stones. The game is really determined to hurt me right now. Is there like a rewind button? Oh, I am definitely gonna have some ice cream when this is over. Oh, okay. Okay. I had them already. Just a few more circles and we'll stop. Give me bluestone. Game, this is rude. I can't believe we're gonna come away with this with no Valentine's Ephraims. I spent so many more orbs than I wanted to, and I've gotten almost nothing to show for it. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry for complaining so much. It's just, I was really hoping for a good session today, and it's just... Because I want to make some progress on these plus 10 projects. And actually see them get farther along. And I was thinking this is perfect, because I can kind of work on 2 of them at the same time, instead of having it in 2 separate summoning sessions. Instead, it's just been disappointment. At least we got 1 Sylvain, so it's not total loss, it's just mostly a loss. Okay. I think we'll go for 1 more circle that has bluestones. We're not going to stop unless we have bluestones to end on. And then we'll stop. Okay, this is it. This is the last one. Come on, clutch Ephraim or Sylvain. One of you, please. Brighten my day. Okay. I mean, she is the Princess of Light, so I guess she does brighten my day in a sense. Alright. Well, okay. That could have gone better. Oh well. Alrighties, well, I guess we'll just start saving up that stack past 5,000 again. And I'll, you know, try when Spring and Ego comes around. Otherwise, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for bearing with me in my not ideal summoning session. There's some Reed fan out there that got nothing but Sylvain and Ephraim that is really wishing they could trade places with me right now. But oh well. Hope the rest of you have a great rest of your day. Take care, stay safe, and Gemini out.